Tuesday night, Donald Trump pulled off what seemed like the impossible. He won the presidential election, and in 3 months, he will be inaugurated as the next president of the United States. It's happening. It's happening. Tuesday night, 47% of the country and nearly 60 million people voted for Donald Trump. He's on pace to win over 300 electoral college votes, much more than enough needed to win the presidency. And most people did not see this coming. They thought that Hillary Clinton's scandal-ridden campaign, full of all these full of platitudes about breaking down the barriers, was going to be enough. I wasn't so sure. And here's why. Here's how Trump won the presidency. Trump and his campaign, they saw the political climate. Millions of people across the country rightly feel that they are being marginalized and that this corrupted government is not working for them. It's working for the elite. We have 29% of people across the country without health insurance. You have millions of families across the country who can't afford to send their kids to college. You have people's jobs being shipped overseas by these disastrous free trade deals. You have more people in jail than any other country on earth. You have historic levels of income inequality. You have a corrupted government that seems to only be worsening these problems. They are disgusted with this political system and this economic system. Everyone across the country is desperately crying out at the top of their lungs for change. And Trump realized this, and he capitalized. All his campaign, he came out with this fiery brand of right-wing populism. You get the racist, xenophobic vote, and you get the uneducated and marginalized vote from places all around the country. He killed two birds with one stone by fusing the rhetoric together. People are fed up with this system. They want change. So here's what I'll do. I'll hail myself as the great, moral, down-to-earth, incorruptible crusader come to make America great again and who tells it like it is. Most of all, you got to stress this point right here, that I'm from outside the system. I'm not like the rest of these corrupt politicians. I'm different. I'm new. And I'm going to bring real change. And it worked like a fucking charm. The Republican base, they mobilized behind Trump, and some of those marginalized, pissed off Democratic voters in states like PA, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, they fell for Trump's rhetoric as well. Now, let's be careful not to give Trump too much credit here. See, a lot of this also comes from the Democratic establishment anointing the wrong candidate. Bernie Sanders tapped into much of the same energy as Donald Trump. Difference was, instead of it being powered by the scapegoating of minorities, it was powered by the promise of real progressive change. And Bernie had incredible success. Millions of dollars raised from not the huge corporations, but from the pockets of average Americans across the country. Millions upon millions of votes. 22 states won. And, without tampering from the Democratic establishment, could have very well won the whole damn nomination and the presidency. But the corrupt Democratic establishment, the same people who take millions of dollars from Wall Street and the health insurance industry and who bend over at every turn for the Republican Party, those people anointed Hillary Clinton as the nominee. And there was no messing with that. So Hillary Clinton, who voted for the Iraq War, who supported nearly every modern free trade deal, who's taken millions from a long list of special interests, who was nearly indicted by the FBI, who is one of the most unpopular candidates in Democratic Party history, she was given the nomination. So what the hell do you expect is going to happen? You seriously expect people to vote for that? Everyone across the country is done with this system. They want real progressive change, and they want it now. People were not going to vote for yet another corrupt, lying sellout. So that's why voter turnout was exceptionally low. You forced us to choose between a misogynistic, xenophobic bigot and a corrupt, lying corporate sellout. Are you fucking kidding me? So that's also why Trump won. He brought out his base. Uneducated, marginalized white people. He promised change, and their kind of change, the kind that continues screwing over minorities. And for everyone else in the country, we refuse to vote for the lesser of two evils once again. So here we are. Trump promises to restore law and order. That's translation for a return to stop and frisk, broken windows policing, and the targeting of young minorities. People like me. Trump promises to end the fight against climate change, just as this planetary crisis threatens to become irreversible. Trump promises to drastically lower taxes for the rich and the huge corporations, just as income inequality reaches historic levels. And our youth need investment now more than ever. But most frightening of all, a man who openly degrades women and has a litany of sexual assault allegations against him. This misogynistic prick has been given the driving seat to the country. So yeah, man, these next 4 years are going to be an incredible roadblock to progressive change. The election of Donald Trump, and not to mention a Republican dominated Congress, it makes our work all that much important. They're going to stand in the way at every turn. But remember, the vast majority of people are on our side. People support tuition-free college. They support healthcare for all. They support higher taxes on the rich, support ending these wars overseas. They support progressive change. So give the people something to stand for. So, with that, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, man. As hard as it may seem now, you cannot stop fighting.